Hello, entrepreneurial clinicians. Thought I would touch base with you and deliver another episode of This is Private Practice. Today, I'm speaking into the question that was asked, how long before my event should I be marketing it? And if you've seen a previous episode, I started addressing that in terms of creating relationships with people, not having rules, why the 5 to 7 touch points can sometimes be a little bit more complicated than what we think it is, and how we need to start interpreting the behavior of our clients or the people that we want to buy our goods and services. So I wanted to talk into buyer behavior today because I think this is a point of this conversation, or a part of this conversation, that gets sorely missed. And again, it's one of the reasons why coaches and consultants like myself will spend so much time asking people to really get to know their ideal client and develop either an avatar or a personality or create a story. Because this information and getting inside people's heads, almost knowing them better than they know themselves, helps us be able to craft the types of marketing, relationship building messages that lead to sales conversations that stop us from feeling icky, sleazy, salesy, incongruent, inauthentic, all those things that we as health professionals get concerned about. Because selling is not normal to us. It is not something that we feel like we're doing all of the time. And when somebody accuses us of being salesy, we do not take that as a compliment. One of the biggest compliments I've ever been paid is from now coaching clients who have gone, "You just made it so easy for me to say yes, Joe. I didn't even feel like I was being sold." I take that. I love hearing that. And I've had that feedback over the 10 or so years that I've been doing this work. Never feels like it's sales with you, Joe. It just feels like this is what needs to happen, and we exchange money for the goodness in your head. And I really do think that most health professionals want that experience. When we are wanting to educate and help people understand how we can help them, we don't want it to feel like a sales process. We want it to feel like an education process. So that's one of the first mindset shifts I think we really need to step into when we're encouraging people or informing people or empowering people to buy a good or service that we have, is we are educating them, number one, that we've got an answer to their pain, and number two, this is how you access it. And I think flipping that switch that I'm not selling, but I'm educating, really helps. It helps us, and it helps the people that we're trying to serve. But I want us to think more about buyer behavior today. And we all love it, being able to put up one social media post or send out one email to our list, and we get people who buy our thing. We want more of those. And I think a lot of the time we get really anxious because we don't have enough of that happening. So you might only have 1 or 2 people who buy really quickly. And we go, but I've got, 1,000 people on my list or 20,000 people on my list. And why couldn't I sell a $99 workshop? Why did only 3 people sign up for it? And this is when we need to examine buyer behavior. So I'm not going to get into the stats and the percentages of how many opens you need to have and this, that, and the other thing, because again, they're rules, and rules are not always helpful. But I am going to talk about that in another episode, because some of us need some rules. But if we live by the rules, then we get disappointed. So to caveat there. So we've got people who will buy really fast, and they're a very, very small percentage of the population. So people like myself, I'm an easy convincer. If you show me a solution to a problem that I am having, I am looking for the buy now button and get really annoyed when I can't find it. For example, I have been working on the Purple Co website, and this has been an ongoing process for years and years and years. Now I've spent a lot of money trying to get people to help me build the type of website that I want for Purple Co. I got an unsolicited email from a company I'd never heard of before offering their digital marketing services. Like you probably get several of these a day. For some reason, the way this email came through to me, I went, all right, sarcastic Joe in the house. Hey, thanks for your email, like the other 1,000 I get today. What makes you think you can actually help me? What is it that you do differently? And I probably was that snarky because I never expected to hear from them again. Oh no. They actually came back and went, well, we've been trying to go through your website and we're getting lost and we don't know what the journey is that you want to take us on. We think what you offer has the potential to be amazing. We just don't quite understand how you make a decision to buy something from you. Now, they've gone to the effort to look at my website. They've gone to the effort to go, so we think we can help it flow better. We think we can do this with it. We want to help you generate more leads and more sales so that you can have this going on. I didn't even get to the end of their response and I'm hitting the buy now button because they were already speaking into a problem, a pain point that I had, and they were educating me on how they thought they could help. To me, that was brilliant. Seriously, I had one extra conversation with the guy because he wanted to make sure he could genuinely help, and I forked over the money. I did. I am so excited to be working with this company. I'll tell you who they are when they've delivered on the project because I've made this mistake before, particularly with web designers. But that's me. I am a fast convincer. If you talk to me about convenience, so for me, convenience is the thing I'm looking for. Can it be done fast? Can someone else do it? Is this thing going to solve my pain without me having to think? I am looking for the buy now button. But we are a really, really small part of the population. There are other people who make buying decisions differently. They are several time convincers. They need to see the branding. They need to see the thing come up in their newsfeed several times. They need lots of different prompts and lots of different ways. They want to see a video. They want to see an email. They want to see a social media post. They want to know people are talking about it. They want to get a sense of who else is going to be doing this. Who has had good experiences from this? These are usually the people who are lurking, who are doing looky, and cart abandon. These are people who are going, asking in the groups, hey, has anybody had any experience doing this training with these people? They're looking for that social proof that helps them go, yeah, I'm going to make a good decision here. They want to know that the money that they invest, that the time that they invest, that the energy that they invest is going to be worth it. So when we are putting together marketing information or encouraging people to buy our product and service, we actually need to be answering those questions. Will this work for you? Will this be a good investment of your time? Will this be a good investment of your energy? What happens if you don't do it? Then we have people who are incredibly distracted when they're making purchases. These are the people who have 70 tabs open, looking at the same product at the same time and forgetting where they've gone and again, this is where we see a lot of cart abandonment happening. I do the cart abandonment thing purely because I get to cart abandonment before somebody tells me how much shipping and taxes are going to be. And then I realize, oh hell, I am not paying that much for that product. So I'm usually in there going really quickly, oh yeah, I want this. Oh, I don't want it that badly. So we've got people who get distracted. We've got people who are like, convince me. Show me who else has done this. Who else has had success from this? Where else has this worked for people? And then we've got the people who really want a deadline. Now, I know most of us as health professionals do not like deadline-driven marketing. It's that whole scarcity thing, and most of us can see right through it. But there is quite a large proportion of the population who actually really like to know that I've got a deadline. If I don't do this thing by Friday, I miss out. Now, that sense of urgency often doesn't work on health professionals, just letting you know, but we can't ignore it. It is still a way people make buying decisions. It's still a way people make purchasing decisions. I want this thing. Ooh, I need it now. I need it by Friday before the thing's taken away from me. Or I want to take advantage of the early bird pricing. I need to do it now. Or I want to take advantage of the extra bonuses that come with it. So I need to do it now. So urgency in marketing has been around since the madmen were the madmen back in the 1950s. This is not new. It is not something manipulative that people have just worked out. All of this buyer behavior stuff has been around since Adam was a boy. How do you think not me anymore. How do you think people started smoking cigarettes and thinking that was a good idea? So if you don't know what I'm talking about, Mad Men, show, television, Google it, you'll find it. They talk about this stuff all the time. Oh, sorry, hard candy stuck in my teeth. So the easiest way to become familiar with buyer behavior is to examine your own purchasing and the way you do it. So what would be fun is if you would want to put in the comments below how you make buying decisions. Is it because it's a trusted resource? How did that person become trusted? Is it because other people have said it's a good idea and you've read the thousands of reviews, or you'll only buy things with 5-star reviews? Because if you can start looking at your own buying behavior and start analyzing, oh, that's how I make a buying decision, or that's how I make a buying decision for education, that's how I make a buying decision for home decoration, that's how I make a buying decision to support my kids. That's going to give you some insight on how you can be crafting sales and marketing messages that allows you to sell your goods and services to other people. So I'd be really curious to know if you can spend some time analyzing your own behavior. How do you make purchases? And it doesn't always need to be a dollar exchange. It could be am I going to give this person an hour of my time for their free webinar? Like, how do you make that decision of whether you're going to turn up or not? Or are you one of these people who registers for all the free stuff and then doesn't turn up, thinking, one day I'll watch that recording? Just saying, I know you're out there. All right. I hope this has been really useful and helpful, and I am incredibly grateful that I got through this video without coughing, spluttering, and feeling any more nauseous than I needed to today. So I am looking forward to sharing with you some more guest episodes of This is Private Practice. We've got some really cool ideas coming through. So I'm excited about that coming over the next week. So until then, and until I am ready to see you live again, go be your awesome self.